So today, Charlotte has officially unveiled their team name and the logo that they're going to be using heading into their inaugural MLS season in 2022. And although I do like the design of the logo that they unveiled, the team name itself, yeah, let's just say I am definitely not a big fan of. And you remember how I said before where I was really hoping Charlotte would actually break this trend of these expansion team that just being super lazy in terms of coming up with their team name and just basically all they do is come up with the name of the city that they're based in followed by a generic European soccer name like FC, SC, and United. And after all this hype surround the new team name for this Charlotte MLS team, and that each day they actually tweeted out a list of possible team names that could be in this new Charlotte MLS team, and that they did a process of elimination each day for their tweet, and that there was actually one name from that list that I was really hoping they wouldn't go with, which was Charlotte FC. Guess what? They went with Charlotte FC. And that this is, by the way, their new logo for this team. And again, the logo itself, I actually really like the design of it. I know there's been some mixed reaction of how the logo has looked, mainly because they think that it's kind of looked very cookie cutter and that it looks very similar to the way that previous expansion team have done with a circle vector logo, which is just put something very simple and just call it that way. But to me, I don't mind the fact that this logo looks very simple, and in many ways I feel like the way that, because this logo looks very simple, it looks very clean, and it actually appealed to the eye very well. And the other thing that I actually like about this logo, after I almost dropped my phone there for a second, is the design of the color of the design for this logo, and that I really like the fact that they choose blue, black, and white for this logo. It perfectly fits in terms of the color theme of what a good logo looks like in my book. And I know there's some people will say, well, guess what? We're going to have another team that is going to be wearing blue. Well, I feel like Charlotte kind of feel like they were forced to potentially wear blue, because when you decided to play at the stadium that the Carolina Panthers is going to be playing in, that there's going to be a bunch of blue seats in that stadium, it probably would make no sense to not choose any color but blue. And apparently they said that the blue that they chose is actually a Carolina blue that they have chosen. So they said it's a specific kind of blue, and that it's not like the blue color that you see other team wears around the league. Now, the other thing that I also notice about this logo, besides the fact that there is a crown right here in the middle, which again, this is a big missed opportunity for them to call themselves Charlotte Crown, and that Charlotte Crown was actually on the list as one of the team that they could have been named with. And that I go back to a couple of years when MLS team used to come up with names for their expansion team. They usually name either a nickname that has something to do with their city, or the fact that it has something to do with the logo that they have for their team. But nowadays it seems like that doesn't really matter anymore, and that I feel like if this was a couple of years ago, no doubt Charlotte would have gone with Charlotte Crown, because they have a crown in their logo. And obviously, since Charlotte is called the Queen City, which again, no disrespect to people in Cincinnati that also feel like they should be the one that has the right to call themselves the Queen City, it would make perfect sense, the fact that Charlotte would have just got with Charlotte Crown instead of Charlotte FC. Now, the other thing I also noticed, as I said, besides the crown, is the fact that besides they have the number, which is 2022, which is the year that they are going to be coming into the league, they also have this word called minted. And originally, I have no idea what that actually means and why did they add the word minted next to the logo. But apparently, from what I heard on the Reddit chat about this new logo that they have built, some people in Charlotte said that the reason why they put that word in there is just kind of a little bit of a recognition of the Charlotte Minted Museum, even though I don't know if that is actually totally true of that. But hey, at least a logo that has something to do with a famous landmark or a museum, that's another bonus point of the reason why I really like this logo. Now, besides the fact that they released the main primary logo. They also have a secondary logo, which is this one. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people actually like this logo better than the primary one, which I can understand why, because this logo does look very cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of those kind of baseball logo design where they kind of mash the letters together, and it also kind of reminds me a little bit of the old Chelsea logo with the way that the design and the font looks very similar to that. So yeah, overall, you know, after this announcement, I mean, like many people, I feel like there is some mixed reaction in terms of how Charlotte unveiled their logo and its name itself. And again, I go back to what I said about how I really wish Charlotte could have chose a nickname instead of just using their generic European soccer name that they choose with their name. If that they would have chose a nickname for that, this would have been a perfect way to unveil their new team and the logo that they're going to go with. And I'm really hoping that in August, and specifically August 3rd, when St. Louis does name their team, I really hope they actually name their team not just St. Louis FC or St. Louis SC, and that they actually have a nickname that has something to do with St. Louis. Like, they could just name themselves the St. Louis Saints if they wanted to, or better yet, just name themselves the St. Louis Gateway or the St. Louis Arch, or have anything to do with that iconic landmark in St. Louis that is the Gateway Arch. If that is going to be something for as their name, it would be so much better than if they just named themselves St. Louis FC and or St. Louis United, as many of these expansion teams have done with some of the names that they come up with heading into their inaugural season in MLS. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the logo and the name itself? Do you like the name and the logo, and what do you think they could have done with the logo or the name itself? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.